I'm Hazel. Welcome to super secret extra special bonus stream. I don't know if I could say secret. I did say that I was probably going to do some of these. This is going to be a live stream of beta content. So if you are somebody who is avoiding beta content from the Battle for Azeroth beta, this is not a good stream for you to come at. My Tuesday streams and my Friday streams are still going to be beta free, so you are welcome at those. I mean, you're welcome at any of them, but there are going to be spoilers. Questing spoilers. We're not doing anything too crazy here, but what we are planning on doing, or at least what I'm planning on doing, aside from petting my cat butt here, is leveling, because you see, I here have level 110 priest. You can tell this is beta because I have the name. Oh, Kitty, you can't sit on the keyboard. Oh, baby. Oh, she looks so cute. If she would just sit up, I could put, there's a bed, or like, I have, her chair spot in front of the window in the other room is actually close enough for me to get to with the extension, USB extension, but not, she wants to sleep on the desk and sleep on my mouse hand. It'd be really cute. Anyways, yeah, you can tell this is beta because my character's name is Hazel. It's not that important to me. I don't really mind shoving 1,300 vowels into it on live, but, you know, it's always a little bit special when you're able to get that name on beta. And she's still 110 because in my mind, I have beta leveling classified as work. I know it's something that a lot of people would love to do, and it's really exciting. And I love questing, especially new content. But for whatever reason, I have it in my head just, like, firmly in the work category. But not in the high priority work category, because just straight up leveling isn't really like content. It's not a video that I was planning on putting out. So it never got done. It was one of those things where if I was working on a video, and then if I was not working, I was asleep. Or watching Shrek the other night. That was a good idea. It was a good idea. Or, what else did I do? I had poor impulse control. I went to a fish store even though I knew I wasn't able to buy any fish yet. Just to look at the fish. Anyways, super secrets up, Christina. Joseph, Dark Wolf, well, I'm early. Hello. Watching a past stream, what a nice surprise. We are definitely still doing the tomorrow stream too. There's the Tuesday stream still happening. This is just a super extra bonus one. I don't have any idea of how long we're gonna go here, what we're really gonna get through as much as we can, and probably for as long as I feel like. I don't have anything else planned for today. First time catching the stream, you're awesome. Merle, hello. Not caught a live stream in ages. This is an atypical time. I may do some after dinner too if I'm feeling really ambitious. We'll see. I didn't sleep a ton last night. So this zone that we're going to be doing, I'm going to start in Tiragarde Sound because I feel like the one last time that I streamed beta was Drusvar. So I'm going to get through as much of Tiragarde Sound questing as I can. Obviously there is a ton of it. And one of the things that I've really noticed from leveling on beta, I'm going to need to start moving otherwise I'm never going to get this done. I'm just going to talk all day. One of the things that I have noticed is that it's a little less on rails than... Actually, it's a lot less on rails than an expansion like Warlords was. Like, Warlords, you went from point to point to point, you did these things, and in any given zone there were like 2 or 3 different little side hubs you could do, but hey, don't drink my tea. There were 2 or 3 different side hubs you could do, but that was about it. Stream is not in the usual schedule. I know, this is insanity. Reluctant to start leveling to get burned out before the X-Pack launches. Any thoughts? You don't have to level. There's lots of other stuff you can do. Like, you can just go poke around the zones, you can explore. I think leveling once is fairly safe, for me at least, because I always expect to level a couple of times, and I feel like leveling once on beta is just going to give you the practice so that when you're leveling on live, you kind of know where to go a little bit. You've got... I always enjoy reading a book for the second time. So, Kitty, don't drink my... It's hot black tea. I don't know why you want that. She's normally a cold water kind of cat, or milk. If you have... I don't let her drink it. It's bad for her, but if you have milk, she is all up in your business. So... I'm also going to be doing my best to take some notes just for me because I have a plan of something that I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to need some notes on what's actually going on. So in Tiragarde Sound, I have started this character. I have done the intro that gets you to Boralus. So this is what this is. This is the main Alliance capital city. And I'm just going to try and pick a hub and start going because there's all sorts of different places. Like I've picked up some stuff to do out here. I believe that they sent me down here. I think that's where they sent me, but I could also go do Hatherford. I'm tempted to kind of clear out the north. Let's just go south. Let's just... well, there's more quests to pick up, too. It's one of the... It's like I was saying, instead of the Warlords model, where there's one thing to do and you knew very well what to do, there's a little bit more decision paralysis here, but I think it's a really good thing because the world definitely feels more like, oh, you're going to end up with a full quest log just running along. And it's okay, because the pet battle quests no longer take up space. Download the DBM voice pack. You sound mean during your countdown. I sound mean? I was trying very hard to say the countdown in a way that wouldn't be, like, So you can count. It's very easy to count down from 10, but when you have to think about it being done over and over and over again, or like you think about a raid leader that's starting a poll over and over again, so the same number keeps happening, you want to make sure that, oh, war resources, I can do that. This war won't be won by adding the Culturans to our ranks. We need to crush the Horde. True. We'll be leading an expedition. Okay. If I do those, can I do island expeditions? Because that's the other great embarrassment of my beta testing life, is I still haven't tested an island expedition. I don't know what I've been doing in my life. Started being a fan. I love your vids. Welcome to the live stream, Raina. 100k soon. Slow down. No, if I slow down, I've gotten nowhere so far. If anything, I need to go faster. Also, oh no, my keybinds. Also, actually, hang on, Kitty. She's pressing keyboard buttons with her tail. We're gonna get into shadow form. We're gonna throw the Hearthseed onto a mount keybind, and then we're gonna head off down south to figure out. So these quests down here, they have asked me to go do death from two sides, small haulers, and labor disputes. So basically, what's going on? There's lizards. We're worried about the lizards. Go kill some lizards. I can do that. The Ash Vein Company. So we don't like them. When we first got to Kulturas, there's some Ash Vein people and they put us in jail. I'm 72% sure that's what happened. So we don't like them. And apparently they work people hard they're mean. So they brought up a bunch of goons to break up the strike. This is not very fair labor compliant. They shot a couple guys who tried to walk off the job. Well, that's not very nice, so we're gonna go shoot them instead. That's a good way to solve this. And then we're gonna free some urchin workers. So we're basically gonna go solve some labor disputes. Do you put music on your stream? No, never. Because I stream on YouTube and I leave the VoDs up as YouTube videos, and I don't, even if it's royalty-free music, you never want to run into that situation where a company disagrees with you and they're like, oh no, I own that. And even if they don't, they can really give you a bunch of grief just messing with you, and there's no repercussions for them to do that. So I don't stream with any music. Sometimes I stream with game music. I tested this. I had it working actually. Sound. There we go. Game music I will do, and that's about it. And generally for the last like 6 months, the game music, I'm trying so hard to get out of here. I just need to find a way to ride south, and I don't think this is it. This is definitely not it. I've gone somewhere wrong. Yeah, so in the last 6 months or so, my sound was coming through so quiet on my speakers, and I was like through the stream, and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. And then today, I did a Windows update, and on one hand, it deleted all my mic settings, so I tried to reset those up. If I am too loud or too quiet, please let me know so I can further adjust it. I did do some sound testing, but it's really hard to do on your own. And then, secondly, seems like sound works now. Seems like you guys are... I did some testing of that, and the loading screen music was coming through perfectly loud and clear. So, do I have a flight point down there? Can I just fly? Oh, I have a ferry master point. That'll do. That'll do. So, we're going to ferry down here. So, the ferry points are like flight points. They're not connected, obviously. You get on the little boats. Sometimes the boats have pathing issues where they'll just run into stuff, which is hilarious. You get some nice sturdy Culturans to row you around. I'm all about this. I really wish, and I put in a suggestion in the little suggestion box, I really wish the boats, both these ones and like the ferry boats, had a wake. Like, when you're on a boat and it's going through the water, it is not completely still. This looks like I am a toy boat. Like, this looks like a simulation. Like, it looks like I'm in the Matrix and they forgot something. Like, that's a detail that I feel like would really sell the boat thing. But, it's easy for me to say it. It's an entirely different thing for somebody else to do it. Hazel, have you been lately? I've been doing alright. Can you do a Warfront, or do they take too long? My understanding is that Warfronts are only open for testing in certain time frames to make sure they get enough people queuing for them, and I don't think no is one of those time frames. You two look like sisters. Me and who? Kitty sees you want the tea, so Kitty wants the tea. That actually sounds pretty reasonable. If Kitty sees me looking at something for a while, she will invariably come to see what it is. She does not understand my obsession with sitting in front of the snail tank and watching my snails, and to be honest, she's not the only one that doesn't get it. So, let's go check out this Ash Vein camp. I'm going to be playing Shadow today. For talents, I have chosen these ones. Ooh, PvP talents. Ooh. These ones, and I chose them because they are basically all of the passive options. Literally all of the passive options. I always prefer to do that on beta so that I have just less to worry about doing wrong. It's almost certainly not going to be the most viable option, but while I am a Shadow Priest player, and I sometimes make videos about how to play Shadow Priest, I always get my information and learn my stuff from the people over at How To Priest. And then I just practice in my own raid, and I give my own advice from there. But I'm not the theory crafter. How do Priest has all the good theory crafters? I just read their videos, or I read their articles and their guides and their write-ups, and that's where all the good stuff is. Hey, how do you pet battle when they only give you level 1 pets in BfA? So, 2 answers to that. One of them is that eventually there should be, I don't know if they're gonna do this, but eventually there should be a copy account. Oh, I found the lizards. Let's help them out with those. Eventually there's gonna be a copy account data where it just lets you copy over your, I'm actually gonna turn game send off because the whooshing is gonna drive me nuts. Eventually there will be a copy account data, but before that, actually, there's something else, and that is that not the wild pets, but the tamers. Not the wild pets, but the tamers are actually scalable. So it doesn't help you super great with trying to collect, doesn't help you a whole lot with trying to collect pets that you can use to try against the tamers, and obviously doesn't really give you a great idea of how the tamer's going to play at level 25, pet level 25. But you can queue up and fight against the tamers and see what they've got, because tamers in World Quest, World Quest pet battle tamers in Battle for Azeroth will scale. So if you only have level 1 pets, you've never leveled pets but you want to get into pet battles, if you see a World Quest tamer in BfA, you're going to be able to fight it with pets that you have. And their pets will be scaled down to match, which is kind of neat. I am going to be picking flowers whenever I see them, just because those give me a pretty good boost of experience, but I think that one might be stuck. Or maybe I'm just having a blank moment and I'm not sure. Anyway, to import key bindings from beta to live. Not that I know of. Somebody may have something for you. It could have something to do with copying some kind of a folder. Sounds sketchy. I never did it. I always just set them up brand new. I'm also not one of those people that runs add-ons on beta. You can now. You can run add-ons in beta. It's very important for add-on developers to be, working on their updates early. But for the sake of the Lua errors, you're gonna get heckin' Lua errors whenever you try and run add-ons, or at least I do. So I always just run without them. And Mrs. Stark, can you say your intro? We're about to do some leveling. I don't always, I did a little bit of a one earlier. I don't always do intros for the live streams because they feel a little bit out of place, but well, now I've talked about it so long I feel self-conscious. Hazel, how are you doing? Just realized there's a fish tank. What is happening? Well, that is where my fish lives. He's in there somewhere, I promise. I haven't actually, he might be taking a nap. Or he might be lurking. So you can see that his tank is a little greener than it has been. His moss is in there. All the plants that are going to go in there are in there now. And he likes to hang out behind them. Actually, behind the wood, there's a big clump of Java moss that I'm kind of growing in there. And he seems, oh, I've killed enough of these. I can leave now. He seems to be digging that. Oh, I need to catch up. Need to go now. Have a nice day. Thanks, Mariana. Do you really like your content? Why, thank you. You and Mode Garrett look like sisters. Are you related? No, I don't know who that is. Any advice to someone just starting in Priest? Yeah, get very familiar and friendly with the How to Priest website. And they have a Discord as well. But friendly people, super helpful. They have all of the info about how to do it right. And their guides are written in a way that it's not like all of the crazy numbers, rough stuff is in there. But it's set up in a way that you don't have to read that when you're just starting out. When you're just starting out, you just want to know, which talents are a good idea, what stats do I want, that kind of thing. What's my basic rotation going to look like? That's where the information is, and it's easy to get and synthesize. And there's forums. They can do log checks and gear help and good stuff. Good people. I will forever recommend them. What are those music notes around you? Music notes. Music notes. I have no earthly idea. I am getting distracted. We need to continue south and solve this labor dispute. As a Spanish speaker, I love hate when you speak so fast. I downloaded your GBM 10 out of 10. Oh, man. Yeah. Sometimes I try and slow down, but it never lasts very long. I used War Mode for leveling this weekend on beta. Never met a Horde character, probably worth it. For War Campaign quests, I've encountered a ton of Horde, though. Probably worth disabling for those. Okay. War Campaign quests. I am because I haven't done this leveling yet, I'm a bit behind on what there is available to do at 120, just because I haven't gotten there yet. And that's also kind of the reason why I haven't, well, it's one of the reasons. The other reason is because I keep looking at fish. But it's one of the reasons why I haven't put out a lot of videos last week, is I really am halfway through a bunch of stuff where I get a solid amount of the way through it, and then I go, wow, I can finish this video, but I just need to check something at 120. I just need to see how this behaves at 120. You know, there's something that I can't do here until 120, and then I look at my level 110 character and go, well, guess I better start a new video, and then I do it all over again. She does look like... But who... I'm gonna need to Google that. I'm a beginner at WoW. I want to ride my horse. When it clicks the icon, I should apprentice riding skill. I don't know where to learn it. So, until you are level 20, you cannot learn apprentice riding. If you are lower than level 20, you cannot learn it. If you are higher than level 20, then you need to go find a mount trainer. And you can do that in any of the major capital cities. So find a capital city closest one to you. That could be Stormwind, Orgrimmar, you know, Darnassus, Thunderbluff, whatever capital city is your favorite. Talk to a guard and ask them where the riding trainer is. And then you'll talk to that person, you'll give them a little bit of gold, and then after that, you'll be able to mount up in your horse. But you can't do any of that learning until level 20. Is there a 5-minute stream delay, or is YouTube just being weird? There's a chat delay, but that's mostly me and less YouTube. My actual stream delay, according to my bot, is currently 6 seconds, so not too bad. Happy Victoria Day. I spent my day off playing WoW, and it was glorious. Oh, that sounds awesome. I hope that you guys are getting good weather for Victoria Day up wherever you are up north. I miss I used to live kind of in Victoria, so Victoria Day was always a blast. At least one of them I remember, actually I think for quite a few of them I would go with my friends downtown and just like, not even do anything, just walk around and hang out, because downtown is just like a big party, or at least it was when I went. Maybe it's different. Maybe Canada got boring after I left. I doubt it, but I can pretend. The music notes are a trinket proc? I do have a Siren's Tongue trinket. My spells and abilities have a chance to heal me, so that is probably what that is. There's all sorts of quests around here. There's, posted notice. I only need to find one of them, and then that's going to give me a quest. Let's go see what's up with this notice. I also need to free some more urchin workers. Okay. This letter from Priscilla Ashvane to her employees is posted all over the foundry. Ashvane is working their people around the clock. She mentions a Forge Master Farthing and a Taskmaster Williams. They may have more info about her plans. That is Lady Priscilla Ashvane. She's, magnificent. Okay, so, quick note. Ashvane. Okay, cool. So, what else are we doing here? What is this? This is sparkling. An Azurite Dusted Blade. Ooh. Installed and used your DBM voice pack. The volume seems to be a little low. I've been hearing a lot of that. From the sounds of it, it is usable and something that you can do. There is a workaround that somebody actually tweeted to me. Let's see if I can pull it up because I don't remember the exact wording of it. The only way for me to fix it on my end would be to actually go and edit each individual file individually. There's more than 100 of them. I don't know if I'm going to have time to... I doubt I'm going to have time to do that. So, yeah, turning up master volume but lowering the other sounds was the workaround that was suggested. So you can try that. Making sure you don't go on beta, not wanting to ruin the experience after my first, then F it all. Well, this is going to be beta leveling, so if you're trying to avoid watching anything, then I would not recommend the stream, but if you just don't want to do it yourself first, then you're good. So, she should go back to school. Oh no. Live stream, yeah, leveling my Void Elf. Nice. Hazel, how are you doing today? I'm doing quite well. Do you play any private servers? If you don't, do you think it's risky to play on one even if it has a really good rep? I don't play on any private servers. And I don't have any real, I wouldn't. That's all I can say is I wouldn't, and therefore I don't. I really have nothing, I don't have anything that you're going to want to hear. Love your pet videos, so glad I caught a stream. Do you have a trinket? Yeah. So I am wearing a trinket called Siren Song. It is almost certainly making music notes pop around my character. I'm going to try and watch for them, because I've been kind of looking at chat a little bit, and I haven't seen them. So I don't know what the internal cooldown is on it. It's just a trinket that I had while questing. It is almost certainly not something that you're going to be able to use as like a toy or whatnot. Speaking of toys, I've actually had better luck with, the toy farming than I did on my last stream. I have been actually really excited about setting up, characters that I can use. Oh, I've killed enough of these dudes. Also, so the blade that I picked up, I can unleash a whirlwind to deal heavy damage to enemies within 8 yards. So clearly the natural thing to do is find the next efficient point, in which it would be a good idea for me to do that, and then let it go. So I need to free 3 more workers, and find the Forge Master. So there's some urchins up there. What is this? Oh no, I already have one of those. I see. So, you know, there's lots of these things. Let's just, wow. That was heavy damage. I do more damage when I sneeze. I got a key, haven't played that much. I did see a whole pet battle area in the Horde capital though. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I've done a little bit of poking around on the Horde side, mostly just to explore their zones, because I haven't gotten 120 to explore them on Alliance character yet. But I definitely need to find some more stuff, especially because we're running out of time. It's almost June, and this thing's coming out in August, and need to go fast. Oh, the fish is out! Oh, I missed it. He normally stays at the front of the tank all day. I don't know what's up with him. His water is doing much better. His water's got perfect readings now, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have fixed whatever is making him bite his tail. I think, and that was one of the reasons why I went to the fish store, was to talk to somebody and see if there's anything else I can do for him. And it's like, yeah, some of them, if he's a really high energy fish, which he is, some of them are just gonna do that, and there's not a whole lot else you can really do. She was a host for SourceFed YouTube. It was an offset. Oh, I remember SourceFed. Weather is pretty nice. I'm in Quebec. All the snow is gone. We finally entered spring, which is great. Nice. Have to look for that trinket. Getting ready to watch the Tampa Bay and Washington hockey game. Oh, who are you cheering for? Been doing a lot of planning for BfA after seeing the Pathfinder achievement. I don't know what class to make Horde. I have them all maxed and Mage is your main. Any suggestions? Well, I mean, you know I'm going to say Shadow Priest. What is this? Private contract, direct delivery only. It's just kind of sitting on the ground. It is glowing. I can't do anything to it. That's unfortunate. Archer workers. 2 more. Oh, hello. You know, there's nobody supervising you. They're all dead. Yeah, there's a boat. Go get on the boat. And then, okay, so let's start heading to the bosses. Early on in the beta, I was encountering a problem where, as a Shadow Priest, things would win. I would try to fight them one-on-one, you know, with CC, using my survival abilities, everything, and they would just win. I feel like those tuning issues have been almost entirely ameliorated. Why on earth would I use that word? There's a better word for that. Mitigated? Also too many syllables. It's not so bad anymore. The tuning seems much better now, but I'm always a little bit sketched out whenever I try and fight. Also, where is he? He's supposed to be in there somewhere. There's supposed to be a note to Taskmaster Williams. You would think it's in this building. This is another reason why I definitely need to try and pay some attention when I'm questing on the beta, so that, you know, when it's live WoW and we're doing this, I at least have somewhere buried in my brain. Oh, hello. Oh, there you are. Somewhere buried in my brain. Oh, yeah, I see the notes. Yeah, that's my trinket. You can see I've got the Siren's Melody. I'm healing every second. I don't think it's a particular, maybe there's a max level version of it. You never know. There's no risk. Hosting what to do. Why are you only dealing 500 damage? Well, I'm only item level 199. This is, in BfA, there is a item level squish again. There's an item level number squish, damage squish, so you're going to be doing less damage, things are going to have less health. I have 28,000 health, this guy has 7,600 health, so it's, everything's been toned down again. Sneeze Blade, new pre-spell. Hey Hazel, hey Callum, how are you doing? What's up, Big Fire? I passed 400 toys last Saturday, nice. Thinking about doing some High Mountain Nightborn to get the rest of the Horde only toys. There's a good idea. I'm thinking about having a Horde character. I mean, I have one. I have a Druid. I have a Horde Druid on NA servers that I could play for Horde toys. I think there's probably enough toys in the game now that I can get to 400 without needing to do the Horde ones, though. I'm just really lazy. Also, speaking of toys and other characters, so that was actually a good example of what Void Eruption does now. Void Eruption is now an AoE attack. The target does not need to have a dot on it, but it does need to be within a short range, and that is a 10-yard range. So everything within 10 yards when you Void Eruption, you know, nearby mobs, turtles, critters, butterflies, all of that is going to be annihilated by the Void. Alright, so we need to inspect some marked goods, and we're still looking for the note to Forge Master Farthing. Also, there is a small treasure chest, so let's check that out. The last time I looked in these, there really wasn't anything in them. Oh, so now I can inspect the goods. That was just for a quest that I must not have had yet. Or maybe that one wasn't clickable for some reason. There's a chest here somewhere, yeah. Oh, it's stuck. It's like hidden under. Okay, so there's the quest item with the note says, not booze, do not open. Excellent. And then there's my treasure chest. That looks like a little bit of a spawning issue. Contains some more resources, and now I'm 23 of 100. Awesome. If Tampa Bay wins, they go to the finals to face the Golden Knights. If Washington wins, there will be a Game 7, so I don't know. Hi there, how are you? Hi, Melissa. Vegas girl here, go Knights. Thanks for making these videos. Sup, Heidi? Gotta go to bed. Bye, Hazel. Good night. Oh, man, it doesn't feel like Monday. I'm honestly having a great day. I'm trying really, really hard to stick to a schedule. It's not a particularly mean schedule. I've written my schedule with lots of time to eat and to sleep and to, you know, relax and recharge. Not a ton of time, but enough time, you know? I feel like it's a similar schedule to what most people on the world, in the Western world, do. And if I can just stick to it and stop not working when I'm supposed to be working and working when I'm supposed to be not working, everything will be fine. So I'm trying it out. I have like reminders on my phone that ding me every time the period changes, kind of like school. I have it posted on my wall in paper. And then I also, if I can manage a 30-day streak of it, of absolutely sticking to the schedule with no exceptions, then I'm going to allow myself to buy a aquarium because I have decided I want more fish. Going from millions of damage to killing the biggest bosses to 100 damage killing trash. Yeah, it's just numbers though. I've always been less, I mean, I guess WoW is all about numbers, so that's a little bit dismissive of me, but I have never really minded stat squishes as long as they're tuned correctly. Because I don't play with damage numbers. I don't play with health numbers. I play with percentages. I know how much health I have relative to how much I'm missing. I know how full the bars are. I don't know the numbers. I don't even play with the pop-up damage numbers on live. Like, the extra numbers just confuse me. I'm easily confused. I just want to know, you know, is it dead? Is it not dead? Is it gonna be dead? Can I execute it yet? That kind of thing. Also, speaking of almost dead, that would be me. But the actual numbers, I don't... Like, if I wasn't mousing over these to check, I would have no idea. What do you think of beta so far? I am really, really impressed specifically with the world building and the atmosphere of the Culturan zones. Like, the Zendalaria zones look really cool, but they haven't really done this kind of gritty, realistic world, in my opinion, properly since, like, Wrath. And Wrath was a long time ago. They've learned a lot of new things about world design, got a lot of new tech to work with. And I'm just so in love with these zones. I'm so excited about them. Where's the war mode? Oh, guys, I don't know. I'm, like, I think I feel like you're probably right in that there's probably not enough people running around on beta for me to be worried about getting into world PvP combat. But, on the flip side of that, I am streaming. And that does raise the odds of getting into world PvP combat significantly, especially in a situation like beta where there's only 2 servers, and it's just a lot easier to find people. So I'm not going to do it on stream. I may do it outside of that, but not really. I'm a Flyers fan, but I love hockey. Why do you keep ignoring me? I'm never trying to ignore anybody intentionally. Sometimes I skip through chat to try and keep relatively in the present. Ameliorated is an awesome word. My daughter, Amelia, ameliorates everything. Wallet too full? Ameliorated. Couch too new? Ameliorated. I don't think I was even using it right. I don't think I was even using it correctly, which is inexcusable. Marked goods inspected. Alright, one over here. Hit the bell to get notifications. Never miss another live show. Hazel, glad to catch the stream. Did they remove the legendary vendor in Storm 1 on beta? I have not checked. I didn't actually know that was there before, you know. We're in BfA. This is new stuff. I'm taking my, I know you can continue to wear them while you're leveling, and that's probably why there would have been a vendor there in the first place. I'm so upset that that's supposed to be a heavy amount of damage. I'm tempted to put it in a bug report. It's nothing's broken about it. It's just, it said it was gonna help, and then it was just, I feel like that's sort of sarcastically helping me. Okay, I guess that one's just broken, because I do need to pick up that item, but it still won't let me, so I suppose I just need to move on with my life and find another one. You're looking BfA Shadow Priest? I am. Feels like less buttons, but again, I can't complain because, what am I doing? I'm looking for, what's happened here? I think I'm getting confused. Oh, there's one. Okay. I was looking for the moss. There's a star moss there somewhere. Yeah, so it feels like there's less buttons, but I have no right to complain about that because I have intentionally chosen an exclusively passive talent, so that would explain that. I like your cooking streams. We are doing one of those on... It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I should know the answer. I put the ingredients on the grocery list this week. We're doing a bacon stream this week. It's on the schedule. You can check it out on the community tab. But yeah, it should be one of those. I haven't streamed due to the stresses of buying a new home. Oh man, that's got to be. I don't blame you for not wanting to stream, but I'm also very jealous of your purchasing a new home. Obviously, a very stressful time. Lots and lots to do. Lots to worry about. But man, I want a house so badly. So glad I made it to their chats. Up, Debbie. Up late doing stuff. Open YouTube to procrastinate and find Hazel live. Awesome. Nice. Oh, man. As long as you're, you know, you get the stuff that you were staying up late to do done at some point before, like, absolute bedtime. Because, you know, getting sleep is important, too. Is part of your map still green? No, it seems mostly good. In the actual Borla City, which I don't know if I can actually look at that until I'm there. There was some missing, but it wasn't green anymore. And the green always kind of hurt. Following you a long time, thanks for what you do. Thanks, Josh. Hazel, how are you doing? Oh, I already read that one. You got insane, decided to farm for the gastropod shell from Throne of Thunder. Only took 200 I don't know if only is the right word for something that has taken you 240 kills. I feel like I'm like halfway to 240 kills, killing Warleader Tome for the Outrider's Bridle, but I know that's not true. I've killed him, I think, probably 10, 12 times, something like that. I've been doing that on a couple of different characters. Also, that reminds me of the thing that I was going to say. Why does it say there's a quest to turn in here? I don't believe you. Do I need to go in this building? Can I go in this building? It has a door, but it probably doesn't open. Oh, here. I can come in here. My map says I can. The world says I can't. I don't know what to believe. I want to hear you say no. Can I join your guild? No. Still no. Hopefully less ganking now that war mode is out. Wouldn't war mode being out mean more ganking? Or less ganking of people that don't want to be ganked? You know, voluntary opt-in ganking. Also, I need to focus some of these dudes down. I need to turn on, actually, nameplates. Because right now... nameplates. I always get nameplates and unit frames mixed up. Enemy nameplates turned on. There we go. I could have just pressed the button. I have those keybinds overwritten on live, so I always have to go into a menu to do that, because it's not something I find myself toggling very often, but on beta, apparently, there's still V. Blizzard fixed the raid content for raid content above Wrath. Are legendaries gone now then? They're not gone, there's just no new ones, and you're going to out-level them, and it'll no longer be worth your time to wear them. I don't know where to turn this in. Small haulers. Does it say in the quest thing? Free the urchin workers. Alright, I'm just gonna go back to where I turned the other ones in. There seems like... Oh, no, now one's missing. Seems like, there's a good chance that maybe I'll just be able to turn in with the other ones. That would make sense. Oh, hello, Hazel. How are you? Enjoying my day off with a cup of Lady Grey tea. Oh, that sounds nice. I myself have a cup of, raspberry black tea from Murchie's. But it has been reheated. I made this tea, like, 12:30, 4 hours ago. And then I drank half of it, and then I went and did a bunch of other stuff. And then I came back and reheated it and then topped it off and added more milk. So it's kind of got that, like, grayish color that happens when you reheat tea. And it's kind of got that, like, specific flavor to it. But honestly, I don't hate it. I don't want to drink it all the time. I'm not going to exclusively age and then microwave my tea for this. But microwaved slightly old, not super old, but slightly old black tea gives me super crazy nostalgic feelings for, like, my high school homework marathons. Like, if I had really procrastinated on a big project, which, you know, happens. Which do I want? I don't know. I like these ones. Then, I would, you know, we get some friends and stay over at somebody's house, and then we would stay up all night doing homework, and we would make tea, and we would continue reheating it like that. There we go. Nobody likes living under the thumb, man. Sup, Flynn? Flynn's a cool dude. This is a character you're going to be seeing a lot of in the Alliance questing. You see him right off the bat. He continues doing stuff. He's got cool swords. He's got a sweet jacket. He's got a nice mustache. You know, what's not to like? Alright, figures they wouldn't just put the destination in the crates for us. Nothing's ever easy. Lurchport's protected by a garrison of Proudmoore Marines. The Ashby & Co. has a lot of nerve moving illegal weapons right under their noses. Illegal weapons? Illegal weapons. Good now. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to him in Bridgeport, I guess. Wow, I figured something would be more exciting than that. Alright, so the kids are gonna get on a ferry back to town. My father lives in China, so if you're looking for amazing Chinese tea, just tell me and I can mail it to you. That is a very, very generous offer. Most of my Zandalar map is green still. I feel sad. Oh no. Where is the war mode? How do you queue up? I do know that it is something that you will have to toggle when you are in town. I do not know how to toggle it. And by town, I mean like Borealis or Zoldazar. Zandalar, whatever the name of the city down there is. It's something that you turn on in a capital city. You can't just like opt in and out of it out in the world. Just hopped into stream. What you doing? We are leveling on the BfA beta For a long time, I thought I actually wasn't able to do this. I thought my computer wouldn't handle it, but it turns out it's because I was trying to stream it in, I think I was trying to stream it in a higher resolution. And this computer just can't do that. Actually, this computer can't do a lot of things. I need to be reading these a little bit. I need to, the whole point of, well, the 2 points of me doing this are one of them so I can access the 120 content. And secondly, I need to know what's going on. I want to do some videos that are kind of like really quick summaries in a slightly tongue-in-cheek tone of what's going on in the zones. Because whenever I level through a zone, I don't really read. Typically, that's not my normal style, but having at least a basic primer on what's going on helps me get into it a little more. So that's, I kind of want to do something like that. But for that, I'm going to need to know what's going on, so let's see. It was horrible. I was in the mine nearby, just picking away at rock, and it jumped up and bit me in the neck. That does sound horrible. Since when can rocks walk around and bite people? Okay. If you're eager to punch rocks, you can find them down the road to the south. Alright, wait, we can punch some rocks. Dude, what's your obsession with tea? I go through periodic obsessions with a variety of things. Tea was just a recent one. Also, it's delicious and it's not unhealthy for you. It contains caffeine and it doesn't taste gross like coffee. How come you don't multi-stream to Twitch at the same time? Personally, because keeping up with the idea of even trying to keep up with 2 chats gives me palpitations. I don't even like saying those words. Ugh. And secondly, my computer and internet would both die. My computer was having a real hard time this morning. I was doing some stuff in After Effects. Not even tough stuff in After Effects. Actually, last night, actually, I was finishing the edit for the video that went out today. And nothing too crazy, but it has a lot of layers to it. Like all of the different video bits that you see are on different layers. So it's rendering a lot of video at once, but not a big deal. But I kept having to like render the entire thing every time I wanted to go back and change something because it would not preview. Oh, I'm dying to replace this computer, but can't do it until new stuff needs to come out soon. Flynn reminds me of Captain Jack Sparrow. I really enjoy the way he leans on stuff. He leans on stuff and he puts that face on and he's just like, he's just, he's not the only one that does that. There are NPCs that have that kind of like shifty, I've got too much stuff on my desk to do it properly, but like the shifty lean going on. Well, okay, he's side-eyeing me while trying his best to look casual. That does look like what he's doing there. He get what we need? I think so. Alright. He's found our next lead. So I think the basic premise of what we're doing out here is that when he was breaking us out of jail, we found some azurite, or at least what is almost certainly azurite, in the jail. Ashmain Co. has gotten a hold of it and is using it to do weapons. So we're investigating that, basically. We're investigating the Ashmain Company and their use of azurite. Always love listening to your feed. Streaming in 8K will kick the stomach out of most video cards. Yeah, I'm never going to stream in 4K. I'm not going to say never. I am not in the foreseeable future going to stream in 4K. Oh, I need to stow away in a ship. Excellent. It's a smuggling vessel. I'd bet my coat on it, and I love this coat. How are you? Alright, so we're going to stow away on the Maiden's Virtue. Great. So we're just going to talk to him. Yeah, let's go. I don't care about any of the rest of this. The key to going anywhere you don't belong is just walk in like you own the place. Okay. What about riding in on a Hearthsteed? Can I ride it in a Hearthsteed like I own the place? So, presumably this is a nearby boat. Good. Now what? Flynn? Flynn? Thank you. Oh, we're hiding. I thought I was walking in like I own the place. I didn't think I was hiding in a barrel of fish. Ew. Oh, also my camera's stuck in there. What are your impressions of BfA so far? Was hyped for WoD and Legion, didn't really enjoy either. If that's... Oh, his barrel has... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Oh, you guys... Here, let me get rid of the... T readout so you guys can read captions whenever that is. Flynn was just saying that he thought there was pee in the bottom of his barrel, but it turns out it was ale, which means he tasted it, which means he's nuts. So I don't know exactly what happened, but it looks like the boat is in bad shape. And, there's... Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way down here. Oh, wow. Okay. I dig it. Crazy sirens, snaky ladies with wings. But yeah, if you didn't like Warlords, you didn't like Legion, I don't think you're gonna like BfA. It's very much more of the same. It's more of the same. If you didn't like it already, it's probably not gonna make it any better. This is such a pretty zone. Hazel, are you married? I am. Just last Friday, we celebrated our 4-year anniversary. Stow and go. Alright. I'm afraid ship's gone. Someone tells you you weren't really part of the crew anywhere. Har har. Har. Alright, so we're looking for Flynn. Check the camp. So we're gonna go look for Flynn at the camp. We're also going to speak with Stabby Jane. Excellent. Why am I speaking with alright, we're just talking to Stabby Jane. Upgrade to Threadripper, never look back. Yeah, so that's the plan. But Threadripper 2 is coming out, I want to say August. I feel like I read that. Threadripper 2 is coming out in August. So that's when I want to do it, and I want to get, like, basically whatever the new version of the 1950X is. And then I'm really hoping there's something good as far as graphics cards by then, because I would hate to buy, like, a 2-year-old graphics card at MSRP, but I don't know, Nvidia's just, like, dragging their feet. It's based on Tangled. Oh! Oh, yeah, I love that movie. It's got a little iguana dude. He's a good iguana. I'm playing Pokemon. Your new fish obsession has inspired me to name my Luminion Hazel. Awesome. Do you know what happens to our artifact challenge skins? You will still be able to transmog to any that you have earned. You will not be able to earn new challenge skins. Okay, so what's your favorite thing that you lost in the wreck? Why? His lunchbox. He misses his lunchbox. I'm gonna have to find him his lunchbox, okay? Stabby Jane, sup? She was a sellsword. A sellsword. It's very Sunways and Fire. Have you seen Flynn? No. Great. So we're gonna have to go look with the sirens. That's exactly what we want. Those dudes were flying poggers. Do you have Mage Tower artifact appearance on your Void Elf? Mage Tower? Not on my Void Elf, but I have it on my other priest. And my understanding is that now that I've earned it the one time, it will be usable on all of my priests. My Shadow Priest, anyways. It's a favorite thing that you lost in the wreck. So he had a toy robot. You had a toy robot? A little wind-up fellow? Okay. You want him back, buddy? Oh, Bill. Bill, I'm sorry. The robot? You didn't like the gnome? Wow. Alright. And there's one more quest down here. Want to be careful. Further down the quest line, a quest is bugged. Okay. Hopefully, it's not bugged in a way that never lets me log onto the character again. I don't mind getting it. I just want to see as much as we can. Oh, those dudes are cool. Those are the, Brutalisks? Ultralisks? Soralisks? Those are all StarCraft words. Curse the slimy wenches. Oh. So, Keelson's mad. She wants me to kill some sirens. We can probably do that. And, yeah, looks like we have all sorts of stuff to do out in Siren Land. So, she is charming a sailor. I can see why. She's having an excellent hair day. All my characters were an Aussie server. My guild died off. The server was not active. I finally transferred a main to a US server, and it's been great. Is the ping bad, though? Threadripper is nice. Won't benefit for WoW. It lacks multi-CPU support. I don't want it for WoW. Most CPUs will run WoW just fine. I mean, it, you know, it's a little heavy in the CPU, but I want it for editing and for rendering and encoding and all of this. I've done some research. Greetings from Greenland. Have fun leveling. Question: what is your favorite battle pet? Depends on for what. If you just want the cutest one, you know, you could look for the cutest one. You could look for the most sentimental one. You could look for the one that I have out all the time. There's a lot of answers. There's a lot of battle pets. It's very hard to pick. It's just a lot going on over here. So, chest down here. That's a good place to start. It looks like it's got a hat sticking in it. There's a hat on a sword. Oh, it's gone. I should have looked at it more closely before I did that. There's a skeleton over there. And then this is a silver compass. So, somebody must have lost this. I probably stopped reading at that point. But, you know, we're collecting their stuff that they've lost. How do I transmog my bear form? I don't know. My best guess would be to transmog the weapon that gave you the bear form. Outside of that, I have no idea. The appearances will remain spec specific. I believe they will. I don't know for sure. I remember reading a conversation about that. I don't remember how that conversation ended, so I'm not going to be much help to you. Did you get any WoW jewelry, or did he get you any WoW jewelry or cosplay stuff? No, he got me, we didn't really do presents. We didn't really do presents this year. We went out together and got some food and found a nice sunny spot to eat it by some ducks. And that was pretty nice. Maybe he is hungry? Who's hungry? I'm kind of hungry. I held an iguana at the pet store today. I really wish I could have brought it home. I've never held a reptile. I mean, like, a pet one. I've you know, as a kid, you grab your fair share of snakes. Like, just, you know, garden snakes. But, I've never held a pet. I've never held like a ball python or an iguana or anything like that, or like a gecko. And I feel like I would enjoy it. I don't know. I used to not be into the idea of reptiles as pets because I really wanted a pet like a cat or a dog that, you know, they're warm and they're fuzzy and they're cuddly and you can, like, you know that they're bonding to you. You know, even if it hates you, it still kind of likes you on some level. Whereas with a lot of reptiles, my understanding of it, and I've never owned them, but my understanding of it was that even when you're chill, it'll recognize you as its person, it'll recognize you as the person that brings the food, but it's not gonna, like, love you in the same way. You can kind of project a little bit, but it's not gonna love you in the same way. That's how I understood it. But then I got into fish, and fish are kind of in the exact same boat, in that you can't cuddle them. They are probably not capable of love, but they're still capable of knowing you and being like, yes, sir! Dude that gives me the pellets and the brine shrimps and the bloodworms. I started feeding my fish frozen foods. It's so gross. And I'm all about the fish. I'm so excited about the fish. I'm just really having a great time with that. So maybe I'm coming around on reptiles. Sandalari pets for the wins. Is this the beginning alliance zone? So you actually get a choice, kind of like you did in Legion. The very beginning experience is set. You get to Kulturas and you do some stuff and you get your Heart of Azeroth. But after that, you can go to any one of the 3 zones. Drusvar, Tiragarde, Sandstorm, Song Valley. Drusvar was the first one that they unveiled in beta, but you really can do them in any order. There are kind of separate storylines-ish going on in the different zones, so you don't have to pick one and stick to it. Or you don't have to do them sequentially, rather. You also don't have to stick to one, but I think I'd probably recommend it. My house is so hot. I have the AC running behind me. I'm hoping that it's not being too rough on the mic. I also have a new light in front of me. My old light burnt out. Like, the actual lamp just didn't want to work anymore, so I ordered a ring light that's on top of that stand now, and I think it's pretty good. It's a little brighter to me. I might need to get some more intense gaming glasses. My eyes are a little bit sore, but the light works really good, and I'm hoping it's not getting as hot as the other one. I need to check after the stream's over to see exactly how warm it's getting. But these other lights, they used to give off so much heat. It would really work out. Hazel, can you build your own PC? Serious question. Yeah, I've done it a couple times. I wouldn't say I'm amazing at it. I always make like 1 or 2 dumb mistakes that I have to go back in and fix, but it always ends up working eventually. So I've done it twice now. Well, 1.5 times. I've replaced a lot of stuff. I consider my last upgrade mostly a rebuild because I had to replace the motherboard, and that was, you know, you had to take a lot of stuff out. So I've done it a couple times. I may or may not do it again. I'm kind of thinking of 3 different trains of thought. One train of thought would be if I can talk some poor PC manufacturer into sponsoring me enough to give me one. That would be really great because the one that I need is going to cost a lot of money and I'm trying to save up over here. That would be good. Failing that, and I'm not really convinced on that. I'm not really sold on that idea because I feel like it's already I already feel bad enough being like, hey, if I make a video about this thing, can you give me this really expensive piece of hardware? I also don't, like, I would feel so bad being really picky about the, oh, there's a rare over there. Parrot, come here. Being picky about the kind of parts in it, but I need to be picky about the parts in it because I have a very specific idea of what I want in my new PC, and a lot of it's really expensive. So, failing that, the other 2 things that I can do, one of them is I could do a build video. I could order the parts myself, build it myself, tell you guys which parts I chose, why, show a bit of the building process, do that stuff, and that would be fine. Or third, I take the option that is both expensive and lazy, and I just order one from a custom builder, and that way I still get to pick all the parts individually. I do pay full price, but then I don't have to build it. And right now, at least, maybe less right now, very recently, it was actually fairly economical to buy PCs from the builders because they were not overcharging for the graphics cards the same way everybody else was, due to the, oh goodness. Look at this feather thing. Ow! It's annoying. Also, I'm drowning. My mother was a troll. This parrot's kinda... No! Stop it! Oh, I can't stun anymore. I keep trying to mind bomb stuff. I keep hitting my mind bomb cooldown. I don't think it even does anything. Let's use this trinket. This vial of storms here. What was I talking about? My PC? Oh yeah. I don't know. I'll do something. One way or another, I need another one before next year. This one's not gonna continue to cut it. Grab your fair share of snakes. You know, just like outside in the world. You know, you play with snakes, play with bugs. I guess I probably did hold a couple of small lizards, because we had those out in Canada. Like in BC on the island in the summer. You have snakes and lizards and beetles and stuff, and you go play outside and you'd like find all the animals and you know, probably make them really uncomfortable and take pictures. No, not taking pictures. We didn't have, like we did have, back in my day, there were cameras, but it's not like I had a smartphone on me that was going to take a picture, you know. You would have to bring your digital camera, and the picture wouldn't have been very good, because I didn't have a very expensive camera. But yeah, we try and identify it. I had, like, some books that would help me ID bugs and stuff. I had a lot of books about bugs. I was a really cool child. A newbie is idle can help power level in Pandaria. I think you'll enjoy it. They look curious, intelligent. I don't know, maybe they aren't, but their eyes really make you feel like they're old souls. I love fish too. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe like I don't know. Probably not a snake. Probably not a. I need to meet somebody. Like, if I met somebody else's snake and I was like, man, this is just the coolest thing ever. I don't know. I could totally see like a bearded dragon or an iguana or a gecko or something, as long as it wasn't too oppressive to take care of. And I would need to make sure that I have it within my grasp to take care of it properly. We can't even hear the AC. Excellent. I can hear the hum, but I work in an industry that is loud and humming. Have to look up some more guides. I just discovered Hazel. I'm so glad I stumbled here. Love your channel. Thanks for coming by. Sponsorship would be nice. I want a new one too. I build all my own. I think I'm on my 5th build. I really stretch. I mean, I also haven't been building forever, and I'm not that old. I'm a little old. I'm not that old. But I really stretched that first one out. So the first PC I ever built was like 2012? Late 2011, early 2012? 2012 at some point. And I'm still using the processor, still using the RAM. Is that it? Still using no, the hard drive died on me. I still have the same initial SSD. The processor, the RAM, and then one of the SSDs is the same from that build. Everything else has been replaced at varying points throughout life. What am I doing now? I keep killing mobs without moving on, and I do this a lot. Okay, so we need to find 2 more juicy lurker tails, and then head along north up this little river thing, and find the tin robot for the dude. Also, there's some glimmering seaweed that's a quest, apparently. Get a Blade Pro. It's a desktop laptop. That sounds like a bad idea for me. I don't get it from custom builder, especially Alienware. No, not like an Alienware one. I would like probably, you know, like a CyberPower, iBuyPower. They can be a little bit iffy. I would definitely check that everything is installed correctly when you get it, because the last time I did buy a temp PC from one of them, a PC to use just for like 6 to 8 months while I was in America the first time, and then I gave it away when I was gonna sell, but I just gave it to somebody that needed it when I left. So yeah, I bought one from them before. When it arrived, it didn't work because things were just rattling around in the case, which was concerning, but it did, you know, all work once I got it all plugged in. And you are able to pick, like, if you let them just put in like their house brand RAM, you might have some issues, but you are able to get name brand absolutely everything. So I think there's worse ways to do it. I'm playing Minecraft while you stream. Are you in your 30s yet, Hazel? I wonder. Not quite. I am 25. I am 25. I often look older than my age, which is alright. You know, it helps me get taken seriously, because I feel like I have a negative, permanent, taken seriously debuff because of my pink hair and my tattoos, which I don't blame anybody, you know. It's a pretty easy way to look less employable than you are. As you may have noticed, I did not do my hair this weekend. It was not something I had time for. I have a 55-gallon tank. I love my fish and my 2 cats. Oh, what do you have in the 55? I've been vicariously reading aquarium builds and like stocking lists, because if I manage to stick with my schedule long enough to let myself buy this tank, I want to do. Oh, I have a quest to kill this lady. Okay. I want to do a 20 long. I think that's a good beginner freshwater aquarium. I want to do some Cory cats. I like Panda Corys, but there's 2. These are a really cool model. Yeah, Panda Corridors are really cute, but the guy at the store was telling me, and I found information online that corroborates this, that you can mix and match Corys. They will school together as long as they're a similar size. Like Tetris won't do that, you know, they're looking for the same markings on them. Sometimes they will swim together, but they're always happier with their own type, but apparently Corys you can mix and match a little more. But probably most of Panda Corys. And then a school of some kind of Tetris, and I am so overwhelmed by how many different Tetris there are that I don't even know, man. I don't even know. There's just too many options. I was looking at them all in the store, like, this just confuses me and makes me sad. I don't know how to pick. And then 1 Bolivian ram and 1 honey gourami should get along in a heavily planted 20-gallon long with lots of broken up sightlines. Should. That's my current plan. Janet, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Is that a BTS profile pic, or am I? It's very small, so I very much apologize if that's not what it is. But it does look a little bit like it from here. Thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope that you enjoy the stream and the emotes. First build was a 1.8 gigahertz AMD. Can't remember the model. That would have been a while ago. I'd reach out to some custom builders. Less subs, get free computers for just a small shout out. Yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. I hate asking. I feel so bad. It's like my least favorite thing in life is asking for something that I know I'm not entitled to. Like, I never asked for, I tried very hard to ask for very little from my parents growing up because I just didn't want to bother them. I don't know, man. First time, I have kids. I have a kid 3 years younger than you. We're all good. We get all sorts of different people in the stream, and we all get along. We all do good. I really like that about WoW, actually, that WoW has such a diverse age range of players. And it's a cool place for us to all. Not implying that you were older, just no phones with camera comment. No worries. We're good. Just started playing WoW again because of you. Nice. You have 5 Tetris, 2 Loges, and a Daniel. 25 fish. Okay. Can you... So, the tank parameters are probably going to be like 77, 78. You know, pretty standard tropical temperature. Do you have a favorite Tetra? I need a thin-bodied Tetra, like something that's not nippy. Because I stress out obsessively about stuff, so I need it to be you know, more on the peaceful side of things. Because even if they're just squabbling a little bit, I'm gonna be like, ah, no. What if? Are you sad? Do you need therapy? Can I help? I was looking at like green fire and green neons. I was looking at cardinals, and I was looking at. I was looking at a lot of stuff. Head and taillight tetras also look nice. I want something that's going to contrast visually with both the Bolivian ram, which is going to be mostly a gray fish, honestly. It might color up a little bit, but it's mostly going to be like a silvery gray fish. And then the honey gourami, which is going to be yellowish. So I don't want a yellow tetra, and I don't want a silver tetra, which rules out stuff like Cristella tetras. Anyways, I'm going to try not talk about fish. It is nice. Are you enjoying the new album? I have been, personally, myself, listening to a lot of it. And it's one of those things where I think I'm always like this with BTS albums. I listen to them the first time, and I'm never all about it. I'm like, this is different. I don't know if I like it. But then I keep listening to it. I don't turn it off. Like, I don't like it, but I also don't turn it off. And then by the time I've heard it for the 5th time, it's already playing a 6th time. And I feel like the newest one is doing the same thing to me. We are gamers. There is no real age. I kind of appreciate that my gnome and my void elf here, they're always going to look like this. I can grow old playing WoW. My face may wrinkle and other stuff that happens when you grow old. And my characters are always going to be here. And sometimes I think about that and it's kind of sad, and sometimes it's very comforting. It goes both ways. Neon tetras? Neons look good. Hazel, how are you doing? Sup, Woven? How are you doing? I'm doing really good. I'm excited to actually be doing some beta. I'm actually getting kind of close. Where are my buttons? What has happened here? I'm dazed. Oh, I probably pressed a button that turned. There we go. Default bars have those. Does anybody use those? Somebody must. Like, they have a bar and then you can actually change which bar it is. I've never used those. I've always just had any bars that I was going to have it out on my screen. Oh, look at those little earth water gloves. Those are cool. Also, I'm dying horribly. I need to press this button. I need to press this button. I need to press this button. I know I'm clicking on them. My keybinds are a little bit different right now, so I'm not super used to them. And I should probably try and finish off some dudes. Favorite allied race or most desired? Yours has to be the Magcar. I know they're already available, but I'm still all about the Void Elves. I'm still really all about the Void Elves. As far as ones we don't have yet, kind of Culturan, actually. Ever since I found out about the Druid forms, the Culturan have been really growing on me. Oh. You killed the love of my life, how could you? Well, we found Flynn. We found Flynn. Neons are tardy. My new tetras are very aggressive. I'd pride of tiger barbs. I missed them when you talk about your tank. Opinions on new RP spots in the 60 zones. Scoped any good ones? Have any recommendations? Asking for a friend. I'm sure there are some. I haven't found a whole lot of non-hostile areas. As an answer to your entirely serious question that I know you mean in your heart of hearts. Get a thing. Love your fish tank talk. Please continue. Aw, thanks. I'm a streamer on YouTube, streams World of Warcraft. I'm looking to replace my computer. Not asking for free things a lot of companies will gladly offer. I guess that's true. I should just do a write-up and see if anybody's interested. Or, like, I don't even mind meeting them halfway. Like, I don't, because I'm looking for some stuff that's even my tax guy is going to be like, are you really writing this off? You really want to explain to the IRS why you needed, you know, 2 NVMe drives? Is this that important? Like, yeah. You come here, you make WoW videos. I mean, you can make WoW videos with much less hardware. I'm just spoiled and I want to do stuff with a lot of pixels. Would you play excuse me, let me try that again. Let me drink some tea and try that again. This tea's not very hot anymore. Would you play a male character? So I have in the past, not as a primary or even a secondary alt, but when I get hang on, I need to escort Flynn. He's having a hard day. When I get far enough down the alt hierarchy that I'm at characters that are for very specific, very niche purposes, such as in Warlords of Draenor, I was doing a lot of arena and I had a lot of different resto druids so that I could queue at different ratings and not have to worry about tanking like my main rating or even my second main rating or whatever. So I had 4 druids that are active at that time, and the very last one was classified as the drunk druid. So I had my main druid that I would queue main team with. I had my high alt druid that I would pug, you know, 2300 plus. I had my low alt druid that I would play, you know, with mostly anybody, usually like, you know, in the 2k-ish range, 2k pugs. And then I had my drunk druid that I would exclusively play when I was inebriated. And my drunk druid was a male night elf. He still is. He's around there. His name's Hazel Bro. Hazel Bro. He's classic. He looks great. I miss Hazel Bro. University, can't wait to jump on, get my Void Elf to max. Keep tiger barbs out of your tank if you got Tetris. They're too aggressive for a smaller tank. For me, they still chase my fish. Barbs are really cool, but I'm not getting any for this one. I'm pretty set. Every time I think I see something that changes my mind about my plan, I go and do more research, then I come back to my plan of School of Kori, School of Tetris, 1 Garami, Honey Garami specifically. They seem to be the nicest ones. 1 Honey Garami, 1 Bolivian Ram. Not a German Blue Ram. The guy at the star was like, show me the German Blue Rams. They look way better. Hey, Lizard! The German Blue Rams, they look way prettier. They've got more color, but I think they're just not as hardy. I think that I've read so many stories about people getting them and then they die. And I cry. I cry when my fish die. I'm gonna cry when my snails die one day. It's gonna be unfortunate because they don't live that long to begin with. They're both fine, but you know, eventually they will die because they're snails. They do that, and I want the best chance of having a good long life. Like maybe when I'm more experienced and I've had more time with the freshwater. Oh gosh, everything's killing me. Flynn, slow down. I'm gonna fear everybody. I'm going to put up my shield. I'm going to Shadow Word mend myself a little bit. And then I'm going to try and finish off some of these dudes that are almost dead. Also, I do have a Mind Seer button. Oh, I have a Mind Seer! Oh, okay, so I can cleave stuff. Okay. So, Flynn is having a day. Why are these dudes not attacking? Why? He's just... Oh, he's not pulling everything, but I do need to keep up with him. This is a little bit tricky. This is a little bit tough. I don't want to pull more than 3. I think that 3 is about the maximum that I'm safe to do. I really want to catch up with chat, but I need to get through these lizards first. 3 might be enough to start Mind Searing. Oh, I pulled all the flies. Oh, it's okay. I have Mind Sear. Oh, it feels so good. I can't wait to run old raids as a Shadow Priest. Flynn, wait! Flynn, you better not despawn. But, wait. He's still lovesick from the siren. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. We're going. Is this not where we're going? I guess that's not where we're going. Your coworker got beta, no code. Couldn't give it to me. Oh no. Fish cam instead of a cat cam. It's been a while since I watched you. The cat cam will switch out for a fish cam, or vice versa. The fish cam will become a cat cam whenever my cat decides to fall asleep within camera range. It's just in the last couple of months she has been mostly napping places that are too far for me to put a camera on her. That is basically the through and through of it. I did not watch the performance, but I will probably look it up on YouTube. Cookie isn't a baby anymore. It confuses me because it feels like I watched him grow up. He's like, How old is he? He's pretty. I remember looking at their ages at some point and being like, wow, I can't believe you're a whole grown tall person. Thoughts on poutine? I think poutine's great, but I don't personally eat it because it's almost never vegetarian. Almost never vegetarian. You know, it's gravy. Gravy is generally made with meat. And you have to go to some hipster places to get one that's not, and honestly, I've never tried. Thoughts on removal of the artifact weapons? Great, good. Get them out of here. We had them, they were pretty, they were kind of fun, they were a thing, they happened, we had them, and now they're gone. Gotta move on. Times change. Are you drinking? I guess he's always drinking. Oh! Wow, don't litter! This is a rough tent. Don't! That upsets me. It's glass, okay? You know, it's not... You know, what if a fox steps on it? People have dogs. I'm lucky that my dog is pretty small, because if I'm ever walking somewhere that does have broken glass on the sidewalk, I can just, like, scoop him up and carry him, and he'll look like a little dork, but I can just carry him really easily. There's Freehold. You can get anything you want. You pay with gold or steel, it's up to you. Okay. So we're gonna go look at Freehold. So, Freehold apparently down here. And we're gonna use his spyglass. Hang on, I'm gonna catch up with chat real quick. Can we see the drunk druid? He's on live. I'm probably not gonna log over on this stream. You have 3 GPUs in a box in the closet. You love your tiger and Rosie Barbs. You had Molly's, Daniel's, Swordtails. All of them had babies. I could have started my own fish store. Instead, I traded the babies for cat food. I want to stay away from live bears for that reason. Like, you get a bunch of babies, and then I'm not going to have it in my heart to let my other fish eat them, and I'm not going to have it in my heart to bring them to the pet store and try and trade them for store credit. Like, maybe I could do that, but it sounds like a lot of work. So I would just end up, like, with all of these fish, and I don't do live bears. Struggling to do a group quest. Nobody's online. Oh no. Do you have any shrimp? No. I'm considering getting some shrimp for my snail tank. I have my 2 mystery snails in a 3.5 gallon tank. They used to be in the betta tank, but my bed is really mean. And also their cephalific tentacles are really long, so fish want to eat them. So they're in a 3.5 gallon snail safe space. It does have a bunch of Java moss in it. I would like to add some cherry shrimp. I think a couple of them would do fine. But their water is not stable yet. They're going through like a mini cycle. Or maybe it's just a normal cycle, but their ammonia readings are now 0, but their nitrite readings have been high all week. Snails seem fine. I'm doing daily water changes for them, but until the nitrate spike ends and I'm convinced that the water quality is stable in there, I don't want to add shrimp. And I also have to do pretty heavy water changes in that tank, and I don't know how shrimp would react to that, but I might try a few. Any gladiator titles? Nope. Nope. I got kind of, sort of close one season, and then I didn't get it, and then I was so sad that I never tried again. If I listen instead of watching, it will be relatively spoiler free. Yeah. I'm not going to be narrating the exact things that are going down. I'm also not doing. Well, there might be voice acting. I would say watch it. You're probably okay, but watch at your own risk. He's 20 or 21. He debuted at 15. Man. Out of the 3 line zones, which one looks the best designed to you? I haven't seen enough of them to make a good judgment, but the moments that I've spent up in Stormsong Valley, I think that one looks the best so far. But I haven't spent very long in there. Working in Culture Rust and trying to hit Exalted with High Mountain. I just got to Revered. I would give yourself probably 2 weeks. If you do all the quests all the time, I would say about 2 weeks to get to Exalted. Maybe a little faster, hard to say. How do I play BfA? You either get beta or you wait, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to look through the spyglass and take a look at Freehold. I'm just going to move that so you guys can read. Okay. Sweet. I'm down. Are people going to try and fight me in here? Are there just like hostile dudes running around that you just... Is it like Surmar? Okay. Cool, cool. I like having a concrete plan. Okay, let's find out who's buying those. Den of snakes. Are they cute snakes? Okay, so I need to collect some records so we can incriminate those dudes. And then we're going to collect some stuff. Got a jet, don't want to see the spoilers. Thanks again, love your channel. See you later. Snails are difficult to stabilize. You have to watch their nitrate spikes carefully. They're like salmonella, need good care. It's nitrite right now, which is supposedly worse. Although because of their mystery snails, they can breathe atmospheric air. They may not be as heavily affected. They seem fine, and it's not super high anymore. It's sitting at about a quarter of a ppm, 0.25, and I just do water changes every day to keep it around there. Hopefully it's over soon. It did have a one spike that went like off the charts unreadable, but the snails seemed okay. If they do die, I don't think I'm going to get any more, just because I don't really know what to do with them. Like I have that snail tank, and they're just going to kind of live there. But if I put a 20-gallon long community tank there, I can't really put them in there with that because the Tetris and the ram are just going to chew on them the same way the betta did. And do I have to be exalted in every class or revered to get flying? I don't remember. Actually, it's been a while since I've done it, but I can tell you that at wowhead.com/flying, it has a page that you can look up your character and it will give you a personalized list of everything that you specifically have left to do. Okay, so to answer my earlier question, there are absolutely hostile dudes around here, and can I pick up what is it? There's a quest I can pick up, but it might be upstairs maybe? How do I get up there? Ramp, stairs, ladder. Oh, there's stairs over here. Are you using any nitrite neutralizers? I am using Seachem Prime. I'm using Seachem Prime as the water conditioner. My understanding is that it will neutralize the nitrite along with the ammonia. I don't think it handles nitrate, but my water changes should have that just fine. Because, like I said, I'm doing pretty heavy water changes. I'm doing them every day right now. Eventually, I will try and get it down to twice a week. I don't know if I would do less than that just because it's 2 snails and I feed them a lot. I am using, Seachem Prime. Also, there's plants in there. There is a big Java Fern, there's a big Anubias, and I'm shooting a boat. Big Java Fern, big Anubias, and big chunk of Java Moss. And they're honestly oversized for that tank, so hopefully those are helping too. Tetras are nicer than betas, won't nip at the snails. I've heard conflicting opinions about it. I might try it, like if I have both tanks at once, I might try a snail in there and like observe him for an hour or two and see how he does. I think I might be able to get away with shrimp in it, honestly. Like, I know that other fish will eat the shrimp, but if I make a little Java Moss forest and it heavily plant the tank, I get lots of places to hide, they should breed quite a bit, and they should outbreed any losses to becoming expensive fish snacks. Revered? Is it worth trying to get exalted with the Maghar faction in the Grand? If you want... We're talking Outland, right? I can't remember if there was one in Draenor, but if you want the mounts, there are a set of mounts that you get from exalted with... No, that's... I'm thinking of somebody else. You know, it is... There are mounts there, yeah. Hang on. Let's just look this up. It's been a while. Lately, I feel like... Yeah, the Talbots, that's what I thought. Yeah, so if you get exalted with Maghar, you can buy these mounts for gold. If you want the mounts, I would say yes. It's a lot of them. You know, all of these mounts, all you have to do is get exalted. You can just buy them all, and that's a big boost to your mount count, especially if you're going for meta achievement mounts. Okay, so, Sea Dog Grog. Is this alcohol? Am I pulling it in? That's a big bobber? I don't understand what I'm doing here. Oh, I fell down. Oh, I pulled up a crab. Oh, okay. I'm trying to pull up this stuff, and then one of them will be Sea Dog Grog, and we're stealing that from them because Flynn ran out of hooch. Sure. Sure. Do you miss Canada? I miss my family. I miss my mom and my sister and my grandparents. I miss all my family that still lives in Canada, which is all of them. I don't see them very often. My sister came down to visit me pretty recently. My mom came down not too long after that. They both find ways to make it down about once a year. I would love to, at the very least, be able to go visit home for Christmas every year. But until my green card renewal goes through, it is not a smart idea for me to enter and leave the country. I could leave, I may not be able to get back in. I am legal, like, I have an extension, it's just not one that I care to try and explain to a TS agent. What about the allied race? Maghar Orc allied race? Will they be unlocked by the old Maghar reputation? I highly doubt it. Seems very unlikely. That would be really weird. I understand where that thought comes from, but I don't think so. Okay, so I have pulled up a lot of not the right thing. I have pulled up actually everything except for the thing that I needed. I don't even get to keep that horse, that pool pony. Oh, there we go. There's the grog. That was a lot of work just to get that guy some booze. Okay, so there should be some stuff up here. Man, I had in my head that I would be able to actually stream for like a day and get through an entire zone. I'm starting to think that's not happening. All of these are quest hubs, and they're all gonna I think I made it through, what, 2-3 quest hubs so far in an hour and a half? Or how long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for an hour and 15. I guess not that long. Whereabouts in Canada? I'm from the West Coast. The Vancouver. I'm from Vancouver Island. My mom's in Seattle. I'm in Ontario. Immigration sucks. Would love for you to be able to come home freely, but yeah, it sucks. I'm hoping that we're not too far away from a point that I can come and go pretty freely, and then, oh, I'm trying to destroy supplies. Oh, I need to actually aim this thing. I was just kind of like shooting the boat. Oh, okay, alright. So, loading the cannonballs individually, it seems like kind of a pain in the butt, but I suppose we're just really learning to appreciate the struggles of a cannoneer. More cannonballs. Might need to take this lady out. Love your vids. First time ever getting to watch you live stream. Welcome, Kevin. Hard to think it would be so, but it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense lore-wise, but they're gonna have to find a lore workaround for that, because they're not gonna, there's no world that I know of in which they're gonna be like, yeah, if you really want that new allied race, just go back and do some 10-year-old, more than 10, right? 12, 13? How old is WoW? Alright, well, apparently cannonballs are not shared. There must be another place for me to do this. This can't be the only place, because I need to destroy a bunch more supplies. Oh yeah, there's more cannons over here. I gotcha. So you're gonna need to use more than just the one of them. I live on the island. Nice. I hear that the weather has been starting to warm up, and that was always my favorite time of year. That is one nice thing I can say for Oregon, is that winter here is kind of a joke. It gets kind of cold, gets kind of rainy. You'll need to wear a coat, maybe wear some gloves if you're walking the dog in the morning. It doesn't really get bad. Like last year we had some bad snow and ice, and it was a real pain to walk the dog because the sidewalks were really dangerous. But this last winter was easy. No, I barely snowed at all. And I don't really miss snow. Snow is very pretty, but it's work. Like, I feel like when you live in an area that's remote enough for the snow to be pretty, you also have snow-related work, such as shoveling areas to drive on, you know, making sure that your chickens can get out of their coop, that kind of thing. Are you on Twitch as well, or just YouTube? Just YouTube these days. I used to stream on Twitch. YouTube has been working out for me much better. I love Vancouver, nice place. Missed the sights, probably coming for Christmas. I never spent a ton of time in Vancouver. I visited there a couple of times for sure. I have some family there. But Vancouver was always kind of scary because compared to Victoria, it just feels so big. It feels so dense and big and loud and expensive. Victoria's expensive, but Vancouver was always really intimidating. Although I do really one day want to go see the Vancouver Aquarium. Love aquariums. Even before I wanted to have my fish of my own, I love aquariums. I just love looking at fish. And there's not a ton of them. There used to be one in Portland apparently, but it kind of closed down. You now have to go to the Oregon coast to see one around here. And the Newport Aquarium is pretty cool. But I've been making do by just like heavily browsing in fish stores, probably annoying the employees, just looking at their fish there. Oh man, no snow this past winter on the island. Van got hit a bit more. Well, that's nice then. I could get on board with that. Snow was always like, because my parents had to drive over the Malahat to get home. Like they used to commute over the Malahat every day. So whenever it snowed, I was always so worried about them in that drive. Just because even in the best of times, it's still slightly dangerous. You're always hearing about something or other happening there. And in bad conditions, it's just not a place that you want your parents to be every day. Victoria's still expensive, that's where I live. Yeah. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to afford to move back. Like, I always kind of figured maybe I would retire there one day when I'm very old. But I'm going to need to do some big things with my life if I want to retire there when I'm old. It is pricey, and it does not seem to be getting any cheaper. Never been to the island. You've seen most of Canada and USA in your old 34 years. Man, I wouldn't say 34 is old. I wouldn't say 54 is old. I feel like until you're old is very subjective. The Malhat's not any different. Snow is kind of fascinating to someone who comes from a place that never snows. It's definitely very pretty, and as a kid, it's super fun. Like, we used to have a huge, winding, very steep driveway, which, you know, we had to shovel so that people could actually drive up it, but we were also able to sled down it. We had, like, crazy carpets, which was some company's great idea of making you pay for a sheet of plastic, and we would take those down. We didn't have proper sleds, but we had crazy carpets, and we would, wear helmets because otherwise we would like just crash in the chicken coop and my mom would get worried. And just, it was a pretty steep driveway. You can get going pretty fast down there. It was so fun. And, you know, you'd make snowmen and snow angels and snow forts. We made a really terrible igloo in the backyard, and then we would like bring our dog in there, hang out. Can you share your talent build when you get a chance? Yeah, hang on. These dudes are kind of kicking my butt. Fortunately, it does seem like Vampiric Embrace is a pretty significant amount of healing. It's been doing pretty good for me. There we go. So yeah, talents, these, I can't say these are the best ones. They are almost certainly not. These are the passive talents, which is why I've taken them. I just want really easy stuff that I don't really have to super worry about to you know, so that I have some bonuses without me needing to do it correctly anyways. Do you see past this WoW era? What do you do then? Do you have a day job? I don't have a day job. This is my full-time job right now. I'm not looking too crazy far ahead. My plan, as far as that goes, is mostly to try my very best to build up as many skills as I can. You know, media skills, editing, SEO, social media marketing. All of the things that go into running a YouTube channel, to try and do my very best to always be improving at those. So if I ever decide to get completely out of online content creation, which I don't know if I would, I think I might just go in a different direction with it, but if I ever decided to get out of it, I could then say, okay, I have, you know, X years of experience in After Effects and in Premiere, and I have this much experience in Photoshop, and I have, like, these, like, I feel like I would have enough experience at that point to try and find something. It might not be very good, but it would be a starting point. And failing all that, I would probably just go back to school. You know, people go back to school when they're 30, 40, 50, 70. I can do it. I'll only be somewhat embarrassed. As long as this is working out for me, I'm gonna continue to do it. Man. So, oh, I keep being like, man, where are these cannons? And I remember they're still upstairs. Do I have enough cannonballs? I have 3. Okay, so you can loot multiples. How many more do I need? I have such a... You end up with a huge... Also, I guess I can put this back. You end up with a huge row of ongoing quests, which is cool because you can do that thing that I always really enjoyed where you go do a bunch of quests and then you turn them all in and you just get most of a level. But, can be a little bit overwhelming. Can be a little bit... Oh no. Why would I put another cannon in there when the first one didn't work? These are kind of hard to aim a little bit. You kind of have to do some camera work. Okay, so I'm out of cannonballs because I threw 2 of them at nothing. Awkward. Many streamers do multi-games, think he'll survive? Yeah, I don't know. I bet multi-games. I think I could totally branch into Blizzard games if, for whatever reason, WoW didn't seem like a good place to be anymore. But leaving Blizzard's really scary. Also, I feel like transferring out of being solo game to multi-game is also a very hard transition to make, especially when you've been solo game for so long. Sup, Kristen? Favorite thing about a new X-Pack, not only the content, the new music, preparing a character, perfect for collecting new mats and selling them on the auction house. I have a druid that's perfectly ready. You're right, that is a really great part. I always love the pre-expansion bank clean out. Getting ready in that way, super satisfying. Like trying to just figure out all of the easy early ways to make gold. Especially when there's so many shiny, awesome things to make gold with. I've been killing the same dudes for so long, just trying to get enough. Actually, no, I still need 1 more ruffian. I need to kill 1 Iron-Tide ruffian somewhere. I need 1 more powder horn? I need a powder horn. A trick shots powder horn, and then we need to find the Dockmaster's records. I was gonna do a video going over pop culture references in BfA, but there are so many of them, I don't know if that's a video that I am capable of making. It's insane. So many things are references to other things. And a lot of them are really subtle, so I'd obviously miss, like, most of them, and then, you know, you catch a little bit of flack for that. I don't trust trying to shoot at that one. I don't think I've been able to hit it. I'm gonna try this cannon over here. You're 45, you finished last year, but you graduated in February. Congrats! You got the Corcoran Juggernaut from Garrosh. That was my run number 80. Nice, nice. Hello, I am 13 years old. Hey, Devin. How are you? When do you suggest using the level 100 boost that you get when purchasing the game? Do you think it's a bad idea to do it in your very first character? I think that if you're brand new to WoW, why did I? Oh, it worked that time. I think that if you are brand new to WoW, that you would be well off to do some experimenting, you know, from 0 to 20 with different classes to figure out, if not what class you want to play, at the very least, what role you want to play. Either tank, healing, melee DPS, or range DPS. Pick one of those. They feel different enough, I think, that you, after doing some low-level dungeons and some low-level questing, you'll have a bit of an idea. And then I think it's probably okay to boost. But there's no, it's hard to say. Boosting wasn't a thing when I made my first character, and I think I was probably better off for that because I leveled so many things before I finally finished leveling my first character. I started over so many times, and I feel like if I had boosted one of those early characters, I probably would have still started over to try a different class that then looked cool, and then I would have been not out my boost. Like, that character is always going to be useful to you. Even if you make a mistake and you boost something that you just hate, it's still worth it to have an extra alt for stuff like farming old raids, for camping rare spawns for toys and stuff. Like, it's really nice to have characters to just park places. So you're still going to get some use out of it, but that's a hard question. Who has the soundtracks playing? I turn mine off. I like to be focused. So it depends on my mood. When I'm actually playing the game, like just regular WoW, I almost never play with game sound on. I usually just do it the first couple times I'm leveling up. But aside from that, I'm usually not using sound. Like, especially if I'm raiding. If I'm raiding or PvPing, I can't. If I'm raiding or PvPing, I have to have sound, but I can't have music. That's the distinction. Like, especially in PvP, sound can be very important. There's a lot of sound cues that will help you with your gameplay, but the music can be just distracting. I have a warlock named Shaman. It's the Alliance side of the X-Pack gives me Witcher 3 vibes. I'm so stoked to main Horde last X-Pack, but I'm in love with Kulturas. It's nice. I'm kind of glad that for once they gave the super crazy, vivid, neon, fantastical zone to the Horde, and then the kind of more gritty, realistic one to the Alliance. I feel like that's a tiny bit of a role reversal from what they usually do. Like, back in Warlords, the first zone, Frostfire Ridge, was very cold, gritty, lots of dead stuff, lots of, like, orcs working really hard in really terrible conditions. You know, it was a bit dark, and not a whole lot of color. Like, it was bright, but not a whole lot of color. And then Alliance was in Shadowmoon Valley, which could have been a Disney resort, and I would not have known the difference. It was beautiful, but not, you know, very bright, colorful, fantastical. So I'm glad they've kind of gone in an opposite direction this time. Friday was my last day at my temp job, but at least I can watch your live streams again. I must say I really like the music in BfA so far. It's very good. I find that it gets out of your way nicely. I don't find that I'm ever being distracted or annoyed or in any way really upset by the music. Oh, don't knock me into the ocean. That's mean. But yeah, I'm alright. I'm on board with it. I still probably won't use it all the time. I like just keeping my regular playlists on, or just YouTube videos or podcasts about whatever it is that I'm listening to a lot of at the time. Okay, one more trick shots Azurite powder horn. What do we need to do? Oh, I accidentally killed a rat. Oops, sorry. No, not those dudes. Not those dudes. This dude. I wonder if there's just not enough trick shots, or maybe I'm just not finding them. I haven't really been looking. Still trying to figure out what to do with rogues. I would say that having a rogue is a good idea, because you can open your own lockboxes. It's handy. You can just open them up yourself, mail them back to yourself, and then you never have to worry about finding someone to open them or just giving up on never having them opened. But as far as actually playing them, I never figured it out either. Or if you're talking about PvP, I also didn't figure that out. Actually, it's not true. Save your trinket. Don't trinket against a rogue unless you have no other option and you are going to die. Back in Warlords, it was a little easier. I could always trinket blind and everything else would be fine. And then I wanted to have my trinket cooldown matched up with blind. It's a little bit less cut and dry these days. I can't give PvP advice. I have no idea what's going on these days. Hey Hazel, hello. Started with the Rogue and Beta until BC, came back as a lock. You didn't do alts until Legion, so now you have 7 110s. Having the alts is fun. Like, leveling alts is fun, getting to see how different classes play, and then, even if you don't ever play them again, having them for stuff like, you know, in Warlords we had them for doing extra Order Hall or Garrison missions and making gold that way. Now you can do Order Hall stuff. You can camp rares with them. You can run raids with them. There's always uses for having a bunch of extra leveled up alts. To the point that I've actually been trying a little tiny bit. A little itty bitty tiny bit, teeny tiny bit, to catch up some of my alts that were still 100 that haven't gotten to 110 yet. Just by running them through one at a time, not even multiples. I can't stomach doing it more than once a day. But running a character through the Legion invasions when they're up. How many unique pets do we have? 900 and something. I'm not on live right now, so I can't check. But 900 and something. A wand? A wand? Let's take a mace. Do I have a two-handed staff? Okay, I see. I'm holding around. I'm carrying an offhand around. I gotcha. And then undeniable proof that Priscilla has been selling weapons to pirates. Well, I'm guessing that that's a big no-no, because we're mad about it. Alright, so we're going to pose as new pirate recruits, get in, gather info, and then be back in Borderless in time for supper. Sirs may be salty, but he's decent good. Okay. We're going to put on the Irontide hat and enter Freehold. That sounds like fun. Alright, so let's check out this hat. There we go. Looking good. Let's tell the recruiter we've come to volunteer. Wow, we're doing this really close to their camp. We're just right over here, aren't we? Having trouble getting the Luminous Pearl. Any tips? Log out. Give it 5 minutes, log back in. It's the only thing that ever worked for me. Relog. You inspired me to roll a Shadow Priest, first casting class ever. Love him, been here since BC. I'm so happy that I eventually found the thing that I fell in love with in that way. Hang on, I'm going to listen to what this guy's saying. We did bring our own hats. Orientation hazing. Oh dear. Maybe we should get out of shadow form. I don't blend in. Okay, we're skipping hazing. I have a feeling we're not. I have a feeling that we're not. That's not how this movie is. I look at this guy's just, these guys are just sitting on the floor drinking. They give no hex. Okay, now what? Do I just keep going? Are we done now? Dress to impress? Alright, I guess we're done with that. I should probably pick up this quest from this Tortolan dude. Those look so cool. Greetings, I am Roko. This bourbon is 100 years old. I bought it 100 years ago. Sure. I will take your very expensive goods. You don't even know me. I'm dressed in a sketchy looking hat. It's fine. So we're heading down. Can alright, good. Probably because of my sweet hat. You play the first day or you wait a couple days? I play the first day now. I used to wait. Back Kata Mop, I would play a little bit and then realize everything was broken and then come back after a few days. But lately, the sharding technology has been so good that I find that I'm not stuck waiting for quest mobs. Things aren't really all that broken. You can level very effectively and have a good time at the beginning with everybody else. Their technology's gotten to the point where they can sustain a lot of people at once. Okay, so we need to get down, I think. Down a little bit. Right now, we're trying to enter the Dead Man's Tail. Is that this building? It doesn't seem like it's really on the mark, does it? No, that's not it. Up there, maybe. I jumped too far. This is a cool place. It's kind of like Booty Bay, but a little, you know, less goblins. Alright, we entered? Sup? Jill McCoonigan. Venrick's a good dude. Cool. Okay. So we're going to send some proof on a parrot. And then Venrick is gonna, I need to buy a drink from him. Sounds good. Give me ale, milk, or milk. Obviously milk in a skull mug. Obviously. There's no other option when you give me that as an option. I actually do drink a fair amount of milk. I theorize that that's why I grew so tall. Not so tall, but somewhat tall. But It's probably not true. Oh, I get to goat's milk in a skull mug. But yeah, I grew up whenever I had like a really carb heavy dinner, like pasta, you'd always have a glass of milk with it, so I still do that. Whatever happened to that? Okay. We're good. Legion Invasion is pretty good for the grind. Way too much to keep up with on a daily basis. Yeah. Yeah, my new favorite thing is just having my elves parked outside ICC and they're helping me farm Invincible. After that, maybe I'll park them outside. It's a little bit less good to try and farm rare mobs that way because, you know, if you're on the same server, some are going to have a respawn time. But that reminds me, I keep trying to tell you guys, not that it's a big deal, but I keep forgetting. I finally used my boost. My 110 boost that came with BfA, I finally used it. What's up, Rodrigo? Can you send this letter? Excellent. I finally used my boost, and you guys gave me the idea. So on our last stream, we were trying to farm toys. And I was running into the problem where the rare wasn't up on my server, because my server is fairly well populated, and it's a normal server. And somebody's like, yeah, you really need a character on an RP server. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So I went and I looked up the lowest population RP server, and I boosted a mage on that server. And that is my mage that I use to camp rares with, and it's been working great. Everything seems to be up. What happened to wands? Basically, yeah. They're still around, apparently. You just don't really use them. You can ride the pretties. They're good pretties. They like helping. Do you like helping? Maybe you can help me. Alright, so we're gonna feed some birdies. Oh, yeah, I like feeding birdies. I don't know where we're going there. Oh, they ran away, I see. And then down here. So, it is actually, let's see here, it is about 10 to 6, and we've been going for, well, an hour and a half. I know it wasn't a super long stream, but I do need to start dinner. So I am going to thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out with me on my impromptu stream. I may do more of these. I will not guarantee or schedule them, but I may do more of these, so keep an eye out for them. If you ever want to never miss a live stream, those are words, on my channel, there is a bell. You can click on that, and that's where you opt into notifications, and that'll help you make it to the live stuff and also find out about the videos really early. So thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.